Good morning. Good morning. It's daytime. Either way, good day. Hope everybody's having a beautiful Monday and started it off the way they wanted to. My name is Michael John. It is my purpose in life to assist you on becoming your best version or just something to listen to. Either way, I was compelled to make this video because I had an incident go on and it really made me question certain things. And if you've watched my videos in the past, you know I shared past experiences of my childhood, and which wasn't so great, which brings me up into this next topic. So if you have children and you send them children to daycare, first off, I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. This channel is not fear-based. This is just knowledge. And maybe my content doesn't appeal to you. Maybe you don't want to become your best version, and maybe you just don't want to grow spiritually. Either way, this video is just for every parent out there that sends their kid to daycare. So, you know about my past if you've watched my videos, and I shared what happened to me during my childhood when my mom went off to work and she left me in the care of her dirtbag boyfriend. I'm not going to get into that, but just know, when you drop your kids off at daycare, you are dropping your kids off to strangers, more than likely. You don't know who those people are. You don't know what they've been through in their life. They might have had some traumatic experience like I have, except they ain't working on processing it, and they're allowing it to affect their lives. And then they project that hate and that fear and that negativity onto your children. Now, this happened in my family. One day, my niece comes home and she starts talking to my sister, her mother, and was like, so-and-so, not naming names, pinched me. She had bruise marks on her. And then my sister asked what happened, and she said, well, the lady at daycare grabbed me up really hard and pinched me and yelled at me. And she had no reason. She's not a dishonest kid. She had no reason to say that. So when my sister went to the daycare, she asked to see the camera footage because everything is under surveillance. But the woman would not allow her to see the footage. But it was her right. For some reason, she wouldn't allow it to happen. So my sister left it alone. And she ended up receiving a text message from a woman that used to work there. This woman was actually the one that abused my niece, or allegedly. This is her sister. And regardless of what happened and why she's saying this, there was a reason why my sister received that message from her, you know. And if your children are telling you something, or, you know, act in a certain way when they come out of daycare, I think it's very important that you communicate with your kids and you ask them how their day went, and if anything, you know, anything happened that you should know about, anything. Because like I said, we are giving our children, handing them off to strangers. And I understand you're parents and you got to make a living, you got to put food on the table, and you have a lot of responsibilities, and it can get quite overwhelming. And, you know, sometimes you're just tired and you're not even thinking. But I think it's very important for you to have a conversation with your kid every day after daycare and ask how their day went. Because this happened to my sister, and it's happening to kids all around the world. It happened to me. I mean, my mom's boyfriend literally dragged me in the fucking kitchen and fed me cigarette butts. No, whole cigarettes and fucking drugs. I mean, I knew what the taste of a narcotic drug was like, what it tasted like at the age of 4 years old. And then when I went off and did that drug as a teenager, I said, why does that taste familiar? And then I had the flashback of that night in the kitchen. Now, I'm just sharing my experience. I'm not no fucking victim. I know that this experience was it happened for a reason, and it made me stronger. Do I wish? Am I glad it happened? No, I'm not. But what happens happens. But just know there's hateful individuals out there, and some of them get off on this shit. So what better job would you want to have if you disliked kids and loved mistreating them? I've met plenty of teachers that had no business being a teacher. And they were just miserable, and they projected that misery onto us students. And a lot of individuals think, oh, I'll just get a job at a daycare. That's an easy way to make a paycheck. But in my experience, if you're not passionate about kids and you don't love kids, you have no fucking business in a daycare. No business in a daycare. And I'm sharing this with you because I was on my way to being that person. I used to project hate and negativity on the kids when I was a younger kid, and I didn't understand why. But I used to have this aggression run through me when I got around younger children. And when a parent wasn't looking, I used to do ignorant shit to that kid. And, I ask for forgiveness, and I know I'm not that person, and I know what happened to me in my childhood was a reflection of that, and it took me processing that to overcome it. But just know there's people out there that ain't doing that work, that keep that hate in their heart, and then they go project it onto whoever they can, because that's the only satisfaction they receive in life, which is sad. And like I said, this ain't a fear-based video. This is just letting you know, like, hey, red flag, hey, check this out. If you give your kids off to strangers, daycare, regardless if you know one of the teachers, there's probably 4 or 5 other, I don't want to call them teachers, whatever you call them, kid watchers. I don't have kids, but I know it's part of my purpose in life to help assist children to find out who they are, to express themselves, and not be ashamed of it. Because I see it countless times. I've seen it with people I've been with in the past where they've had children, and then, the kids act in a certain way in a supermarket. Maybe they're acting goofy and dancing, and then the parents like, stop it, don't do that. You look silly, you look stupid. And now that kid is afraid to be its true self because it looks stupid. And this is a shit that we're putting in our kids' heads. And if you're doing that, I don't judge you in any type of way, but just become aware of it. Be like, wow, what's this going to do to my kid in the future? Because I grew up with a lack of confidence, never taken any, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I was unmotivated. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have confidence. And this shit followed me my whole life. I mean, it's probably a good reason of why I've been to prison 3 fucking times. Fucking drug addictions up the ass all through my life. And now I'm going through this whole awakening experience, and I'm processing it all. And I realize how much this shit truly affected me in my life. And all I'm doing is bringing awareness to parents out there to be like, hey, ask your kid. Ask your kid what's going on. Ask them if there's anything they want to talk about. And, pay attention to your kid, They're coming home with little bruises and this, and that. Ask them, hey, what happened? Don't sound alarmed. Don't sound, harsh, like they did something wrong, because then they're not going to want to say anything to you. So just ask them. And like I said, maybe you're not into the content that I provide, and this video was just a heads up. It was just a heads up. And the universe has a tendency of doing these things. So if this video found you, it's in your best interest to pay attention to what's going on. Because like I said, I know life can get pretty fast. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. We're not thinking, and we're just kind of floating through life. And that's what a majority of humanity is doing, is just floating through life. And maybe this video will make you a little bit more aware of what's going on, and be a little bit more present in your life, and enjoy life, because that's what we came here to do. And if you're not enjoying your life, what's the point? Either way, I wanted to share that with everybody, and I hope everybody got something out of it, regardless. And I'm not even going to ask you to subscribe and share because I'm not trying to get any type of subscribers from this video. I just want to put the message out there. That's all. And I don't give a fuck about subscribers. I don't give a fuck about views. All I care about is putting a message out there that's in my heart and sharing it with you all. That's my purpose. And I know the right subscribers will come. And I'm not trying to attract anybody that doesn't resonate with me, and I don't resonate with them. But either way, I hope everybody has a beautiful day, and I hope that this ain't your experience. But like I said, there's some fucking ignorant, ugly people out there. And let's just hope they ain't working at your kid's daycare. Have a blessed day. Love ya.